All right. Well, hello there. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Blog Talk Radio land. Hello to all of my tea sippers out there. You are dishing tea with Big Meach. Thank you all for coming out and for listening and for tuning in your radios and your computers and your telephones to a wonderful, wonderful show today. For those of you who want to come in on the conversation, if you want to voice your opinions, ask questions, and the liking, please dial 347-205-9183. Once again, 347-205-9183. That's the call-in number. We have an exciting show for you today. It's a double header because I'm bringing back someone who was interrupted before the last time we had her on the show, and I went through a terrible backlash here. And so the show got interrupted, and I invited her to come back. So once she gets together and able to give me a call into the show, I'm going to bring back who I call the official Patti LaBelle impersonator. This is one that Patti herself endorses. Miss April Summers is going to be with us for a part of the show. And then in the second hour, the doubleheader, honey, the R&B's best kept secret, the one and only Miss Syleena Johnson will be here. We're going international today because she's going to be calling us from Italy, from her vacation spot. And she's going to take out a little time from her family and give us the tea on what's going on in her world. Today's show is called You Want to Play the Boss? Guess what? Okay, I love all that. I'm going to say hello to all of my children over there in the tea room. Hey, tea room, what's going on? What's going on? I want to say hi to you guys. Be sure to put all of your questions and things in the tea room over there. Interact with one another, but if you're going to dish tea respectfully, okay? I don't want y'all to go up in there fighting and cussing each other out and carrying on. You don't know one another. It's just that whenever we're typing, we always have a difference of opinion because of how the typed word is perceived. So just be mindful and respectful of one another over there in the tea room, okay? So and know that I'm a one-person operation, so I'm flipping the screens back and forth to make sure that I get to you and to say hello and to make sure that I get all of your questions and comments and concerns, okay? I have a disclaimer. I have to say the disclaimer because a lot of folks, it's early in the afternoon here in Atlanta and in the Eastern Standard Time Zone. So if you're calling from the West Coast or whatever, it may be a little early, but my mouth is my mouth, honey. So I don't know what bag I'm going to come out of. So my disclaimer is this show is a mature, adult, grown folks talking with and not intended for children or anyone who is not mature enough to listen rationally. Listening discretion is advised, okay? Because we're going to keep it real. I'm going to give it to you the way it's given to me. We're going to be fabulously fierce and not shady and cynical, okay? I want to thank you to my sponsors for your love and support with Dishing Tea. First, I want to go to Trade Day Management and Publicity, a PR firm. At Trade Day, enjoy a touch of Southern hospitality with a universal appeal. Contact Travion Davenport, a senior PR person over at Trade Day Management, at 678-523-3088, 678-523-3088, or you can email them at traydaypr@gmail.com. That's traydaypr@gmail.com. Trey is spelled TREADAYPR@gmail.com. Also, thank yous go out to Pharaoh's Treasure Box. Fine art, unique jewelry, and 3D floral arrangements and designs. Creations by Taps. You can contact them at 248-688-5179. Once again, 248-688-5179. That's Pharaoh's Treasure Box. Thank you, Pharaoh's Treasure Box. Also, Parisian Wind Productions, music producer specializing in gospel house music. Paris Hairston is the CEO and director of Parisian Wind, and they want to make sure that they're going to give you that uplifting music with style and flair. He specializes in inspirational and gospel house music. That's Parisian Wind Productions in New York City. Thank you, Paris. Also, C-Train Productions. C-Train Productions headed by Omar Casserly, where he says you're on the right train for entertainment and value. Entertainment and value with C-Train Productions. Omar Casserly, thank you so much, Omar, for all of your love and support. You can catch them at C-Train Productions on all of the networking, on Facebook, on MySpace, on Twitter, C-Train Productions. Thanks, Omar. Now, also, what I want to do here at this point is talk to you. I want to do a PSA right now. And My Mother's Church, this is True Faith Ministries out of Detroit, Michigan. They are embarking on a new outreach program that they're putting together, and they want the community to come and be a part of it. So I'm asking all of you in the Detroit area or the surrounding neighborhoods, or any of you who feel benevolent and want to make a special donation to the church. They're very new, and they are embarking on a new outreach program called Uplifting Communities Organization. And their vision is to empower communities through faith-based knowledge that they will become economically, financially, and spiritually self-sufficient. Uplifting Communities also seeks to empower young adults with much-needed educational skills and social outlets to ensure that they become successful, well-rounded individuals. They begin with a vision of seeing a community comprised of individuals who are educationally conscious and empowered to assist in the rebuilding of their respective neighborhoods. Now, they have a whole outline that they're looking to do this in. They have housing programs and youth empowerment programs, community peace and conflict resolutions clubs, community arts and culture, and they are really building this thing to empower their communities and to take it back so that our kids and our youth can actually be the future for tomorrow. You know, we're losing our kids to a lot of nonsense, and so this particular organization wants to make sure that they can at least get the ball rolling to start that progress, and they need your help. So they say here, we request or need your help with donations, fundraisers, volunteering, and grant and proposal writing to solicit funds for the sustainability, of these programs for the community. Thank you for your response in advance. We invite you to visit our program. And you can get in contact with Tyria Love. That's Tyria, Tyria Love. She is the coordinator. You can contact them at 313-651-9954. Once again, 313-651-9954. Or you can contact them via email at upliftingcommunities@yahoo.com. Once again, upliftingcommunities@yahoo.com. Thank you so much for that. I really want to make sure that folks understand that, we're all in this together. Now, whatever your beliefs is about church or whatever the case may be, remember, people, we have to come together to save these babies out there. We cannot allow the negative forces out there to take over our children. We're losing them because people won't stand up to the plate. And we have an organization here through True Faith Ministries that's willing to come out and step out on a limb and step out on faith to get the ball rolling, to empower our children to be the very, very best that they can be. So let's do that for them, okay? Once again, make sure you go to upliftingcommunities@yahoo.com. Send them an email of support, a letter of support. Let them know how you can help in some kind of way, and we can move forward with that. All right. Now, as I said, I was looking forward to getting April in, and she just texted me and says that she had a serious problem. Something is going wrong on her end, and she's working to take care of that. So while we're waiting, I'm going to go forward because this is in direct relation to what I was bringing her on the show for. And let me start here because just a few days ago, Morehouse College has rendered a new dress code policy for the campus. Now, in that dress code policy, they're saying that, you know, it's an institution and it has integrity, and it is noted for, you know, it's for bringing and developing upstanding young men, particularly young men of color, into the fold. And in order for them to do that, they've said that, and along with proper attire, they have denounced and have put a ban on do-rags and sagging pants and a lot of the gold chains and, you know, basically a lot of what the fad pop culture is saying that the kids should wear. Also, they have said that men who are transitioning, and I'm putting it this way, these are not their words, I'm putting it in this way, but they have put a ban on men wearing what they say female clothing, dresses, makeup, hair, high heels. They've put a ban on that for the campus of Morehouse College. Now, what are your thoughts about that? I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm on the fence with it, okay? And you may ask why. As a transgender activist, you know, of course, when I first heard that, I was a little livid, okay? I was livid because I'm like, how are you going to tell these folks what they can and cannot do, you know, and et cetera, et cetera. And from my understanding, this is completely on the campus. So this is including those folks who live on campus. They're saying that even in your private time, this is not allowed on campus. I have issue with that because I can understand during school hours and this, that, and the other. However, in my private time, when I'm just going to go hang or whatever the case may be, they're saying that they don't want that on their campus. I have a problem with that because I feel as though this is going into some kind of dictatorship. Okay? Now, here's the flaw. Why I'm on the fence with it is because I understand Morehouse College is an institution that's an all-male institution. It's a same-gender educational facility. So I understand that this is not cut out for those who are in transition, because if you are in transition, this means that you no longer identify as male. You identify as female. This is not a campus for females. You see what I'm going? So I understand where they are with that. Now, the solution is not necessarily as cut and dry as that, because I've heard many folks on television, on CNN, and what's the child's name? I call him the new Joe Clark, the little light-skinned child that was on Black in America. That's the new school superintendent, wherever he is. He was being interviewed. I can't call his name. Y'all help me out. Tell me what his name is. He sat up there and said that basically because they're on the campus, they have no time for freedom, or there is no freedom. You know, you're there to do this, and you just have to roll with the punches. I happen to disagree with that, because if I'm on my downtime, who are you to dictate to me what my downtime ought to be? That's the first thing. But like I said, this is an all-male, same-gender educational institution. So if you are no longer identifying as male, then this is not the campus for you. So are they then going to allow these trans-identified students to transfer over to Spelman, since it is a female, same-gender educational institution? Is that a part of the solution? Now, here's the flaw. If they are not post-operative trans women, meaning that they've gone through the surgery and carried on and have had sexual reassignment surgery, as it's called, if they have not gone through the surgery, will they then be accepted over there at Spelman because they are still biologically male? What are your thoughts on that, tea sippers? I'm there with it because here in Atlanta, let me help you to understand something, because this was a shock to me when I first came down here. Down there in that Morehouse Spelman area of town, which is considered the West End of Atlanta over here, all three schools, that is Spelman, Morehouse, and Clark Atlanta, are practically the same campus, okay? All it takes for you to do is to walk down the corridor, honey, make a left at the bush, and you're at Morehouse. If you take a right up that same bush and go back the other way, cross the street, then you're at Spelman. So basically, they're the same campus, okay? So will they allow these trans students to then either transfer and still keep their same status over at Clark Atlanta, or because they're identifying as female, will they allow them to go over to Spelman? And that way they can live their lives and dress appropriately, according to how they feel they ought to dress. Is that an option? I've not heard that be an option. Now, what I have heard, a lot of the folks are jumping on Morehouse and its institution and saying, that this borderline discrimination and this, that, and the other. However, I've seen it on both sides of this issue, and I've not heard anybody rationally discuss this. I have heard, of course, with it being a male institution, a lot of the bashing that goes on. Well, why would a man want to wear a dress anyway? We hear all that bullshit, and don't nobody want to hear that, okay? That ain't your call and ain't your plight to understand it. What has happened is this is the reality that it is, okay? So in saying all of that, chime in. If you're in the chat room, I want to hear what you got to say. If you want to call in at 347-205-9183, 347-205-9183. Let me hear what you got to say on that. Also, I'm going to throw this out here. Now, for those of you who know that I'm up on Facebook, when I get to getting, I get to getting. Yes, I'm addicted to Facebook. I have to really wean myself from it from time to time, or at least get it into some kind of wonderful proportions, because I can sit up here for hours on Facebook and actually lose my day because I like the interaction and et cetera, et cetera. However, after saying all that, I've come across some very disturbing, and I mean disturbing, videos that I want to bring into question. Now, I've posted them on my page. So if you're one of my friends, you can go to my profile page and then scroll down, and you can find them. Make sure you hit the older post, because it's been a couple of days since I've done it. But there has been 3 videos in particular that I want to discuss. Now, mind you, all of these are children, okay? And they have to be between the ages of 2 and 5, all right? Now, these are 3 separate incidents. I want you to remember that. Let's go with the least offensive. There was a child, female child, standing on the table, all right, dancing. Okay, that's not so unusual. Children will move to music that they like. However, why is the baby doing the damn stanky legs to the T. I mean, bending on down, dropping it like it's hot, doing the booty roll, put her hands on her knees. I mean, baby, she is living it up like some 30-year-old. And this is the kicker. The mama, or whoever the adult custodial guardian is videotaping, talking about, damn, she off the chain. What the fuck is this? Why would you encourage a sexual dance like that with a child who really don't understand what that is? The child is doing it because they see everybody else doing it. Now, 10 years from now, when the baby wanted to be on the damn pole, I don't want to hear no shit. Okay, about, oh, she ought not do that. Well, why not? You've encouraged her since she was a child. Now, the baby ain't got no top on. Just in, I think it looked like a diaper. If it wasn't a diaper, it was, the training pants or whatever. But the baby is doing the stinking legs. Dropping it like it's hot, baby. I was floored. Now, that's situation number one. Here's situation number two. Child on a bike with the parents, or I'm saying parents because they with the child. Now, we're going to say the guardian because these were adults they're with. And this is an Asian family this time. First one was African American. Why is it that the baby pulled a cigarette from behind his ear, grabbed the lighter, clicked the lighter, lit the cigarette, and began smoking the cigarette like this little motherfucker been doing this all his life, which he probably has. He's reminded, I'm saying they between the ages of 2 and 5, or they're perceived to be. Okay? Baby ain't gagged on the smoke, ain't did nothing. Somebody put in the post about, well, he didn't inhale. Whether he inhaled or not, the baby's smoking the damn cigarette. And the adults are encouraging it. Ain't saying nothing, ain't took the cigarette from the baby. Every time they said something to laugh, the baby smoked, hit the cigarette again. I mean, holding it like a professional. It was more the folks on the street. You could see the folks on the street reacting as they're riding down or whatever they're doing, and the folks are looking crazy as in disbelief. The child should have been taken. What the fuck is this? Now, here's the one. And this, I know in my day, got me backslapped in the mouth. Okay? Because I was one of them children, precocious, wanted to be a smart ass, and et cetera, et cetera. But here it is. Why is it, again, little girl, she black, sitting on the daddy's lap or the guardian's lap, okay? Got a little sister, which means this is a smaller child sitting next to her, okay? Now, they going on and they going on, and the guy behind the camera says, what you say to her? And the baby swing out. Yeah, I told that bitch, don't be fucking with me like that, bitch, because I'll kick your motherfucking asshole. Yeah, I got my knife on my side like the police, bitch. And just going, and then the folks laughing. Laughing, telling me how much off the chain she is. What you riding on, baby? Bitch, I'm riding on 22s, ho. I told that bitch, you don't be fucking with me like that, bitch. You don't know me like that, ho. I'll kick your motherfucking ass. And they laughing and encouraging it and saying that this was okay. What the fuck? Why? 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 In this day and age, do we allow this kind of stuff? And not just allow it. See, the bigger picture to this thing is, this is videotaped. And you done put this up on YouTube. and you done put this up wherever because I done posted it on Facebook so folks can see what the hell it's about. Why, people, do we do this to our kids and then want to sit there and say that it's cute? It's cute. So you say, why? Where are the responsible people around here? What in the world is going to happen when this child grow up? She ain't got no teeth as it is in her head. Now, she get old enough to where somebody going to knock the rest of them out. Why do we allow our children to be exposed to this kind of behavior? Is it because we don't want them to be hard? Is it because we don't want them? What in the world is going on? Could somebody tell me? I'm having a real hard time understanding this thing called life in today's society. I ain't getting it. Now, wait a minute. Wait. Because I said that was the worst one. No, it's not. I got one more. Because I put this up too. There was a news report. Now, I think this happened this year because I saw two different ones. The one I saw last night, the baby died in 2002. This was a Latino baby. And the baby was 6 months old when it died. But why is it that the two grown men, the baby daddy and the baby's uncle, raped and beat the 6 month old? Now, the baby died at 6 months. Raped and beat the baby. You know how you take the child and throw it up in the air, you're going to catch the baby, scare the child a little bit, just to get the adrenaline going. Well, according to the news report, they said they was tossing the child up in the air, but wouldn't catch it, just let it fall on the floor. Okay? She had bite marks all over her. Okay? There was old bite marks that showed that the child had been abused for some time because they were turning brown and green. The children who were responsible for all of this, they were sentenced to 18 years in prison. That's all. 18 years. They got the mama, they got the daddy, and the uncle. Okay? They also sentenced the grandmother and the other uncle. This is the mama's mother and brother. Because they knew about it, but didn't do anything about it to stop it. Okay? Now, that happened, they say the baby died in 2002. There's another one where there's a black child, 18 years old. He the father. The mama 15. This child goes over to go visit the baby. 8 days old. Rapes and beats the 8-day-old child with the children in the damn house. Folks was in the house. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's quick and easy to say that these folks are crazy, but I'm not I cannot wrap my brain cells around this to actually think of any kind of reason, okay, of why this goes on, okay? I'm having a real hard time understanding where are those who could have been there to mentor these children. I'm flabbergasted because I don't know. I just don't know. I'm in the chat room, light skinned bear. You said, look at what she was born into. Okay, let's look at it. Let's look at the world that they were born into. Now, of course, we don't have the backstories on that other stuff, okay, on what happened and any of that. But just going by the stories themselves, I wanted to know with the 18-year-old daddy and the 15-year-old mama, who was in the house, okay, with them at the time that all this was going on, and why didn't anybody stop it? Or why didn't anybody chastise this boy? Or why all of the whys are there. you know, and then I have to say, okay, what pieces are missing? Because something is missing. Because I'm sure it's not as cut and dry as the news report said it was. But regardless of how cut and dry it's not, the heinous crime of that is still what it is. It is a heinous, heinous crime. I'm having a real hard time understanding this. Okay? So I'm throwing it out there to you, T-Sippers. Y'all come on and talk to me and let me know what you're thinking on this particular issue, because I can't take it. I can't take it. I just cannot take it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And I get very passionate about stuff like this because, you know, we have songs out there. You know, Whitney Houston and George Benson sing, you know, the greatest love of all. I believe the children are our future. You know, we always talk about how rich our commodity is in our children, yet our educational system has failed the kids. Our parents have failed the children. You know, I was telling somebody at work, yeah, it's failed because anytime Big Mama is 44, okay, you 26, or better yet, no, I'm sorry, you maybe even 29, 30, because she done had you at 14, 15 or whatever. Now you got a 15-year-old, and then the 15-year-old done had the baby. So now, Big Mama, it reminds you, I said she 44, 45. She racing to beat the 15-year-old granddaughter or great-granddaughter to the fucking club because she got to get her snatch on. She got to go get her nails done. She got to get her ponytail in and things. And she got to go drop it like it's hot. And because she flirting with the 18-year-old, the grandbaby's boyfriends, because she thinks she got it like that. Okay? So in this kind of society, where did we go wrong? Especially us as African Americans who come from a proud, long line of what our culture, you know, has proven to us that we are. Where did we go wrong, children? Where did we go wrong? Somebody please tell me. Okay? Somebody please tell me. Okay? Because I can't take it. I cannot take it. I don't understand it. Oh, merciful God in heaven. Merciful God in heaven. Okay, I got a couple of callers. I know y'all waiting on Syleena. We waiting on her. I told her she's going to come in on the second half of the show because she's calling from Italy. So I want y'all to be ready for that. She's calling internationally, honey. So we want to make sure that's why I had to extend the show, because she was going to be ready at 2 o'clock our time. So that's where we at, okay? So she's coming. I don't want y'all to think that, you know, I got y'all up in here and I'm just ranting, but today I feel a rant and child, it's just one of them days, okay? And we got to talk about some serious issues sometimes, and I just need to hear from you, okay? So for those of you who are out there, I want you to call in 347-205-9183, 347-205-9183. We got a couple of callers now. Okay, I'm going to take a breath. Come on in here, caller. We're going to 989-790. Oh, I think I might know who the child. You better not spoof me like this. Come on up in here, T-Sipper. Honey, you are dishing tea with Big Meach. Hey, darling. Hello, caller.
Hey, child.
What's up, baby?
I'm listening.
Go ahead.
I'm listening and listen to what you're saying about the parents and things, child. Well, you know how it is now. We up under different standards. These folk, they don't remember the home training we used to get, and some of them never got it.
Oh, now say that.
Okay,
now say that.
We up under different standards now. These children don't know how to raise children and their kids. You know, they're not old enough to have the children.
But wait a minute, because see, even in that era, you know, if we go back to Big Mama them days, our Big Mama days, okay,
right,
when they were living the life of Miss Seeley, being married off at 14 and carrying on, and having these children young, The difference is, even in, back in the day, when they were having their children young, they were willing to be parents.
Right.
And even though the struggle it's a little different, and, we still had to deal with slavery and oppression, and the times were a little different. When they had children, they were willing to be parents, and there were folks in the community that gave them a break so that they could learn what childhood was still about.
That's right.
There was mentors and stuff there. Where are they now?
Child, people don't care about nobody else but themselves, honey. It ain't the communities no more. People stay inside. People don't. They're too scared to even speak to one another now.
Yeah. Okay. Now you got a point there.
That's the problem, honey. Ain't nobody working together. Ain't nobody communicating.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now, what do we do for a solution? Because we know all the problems. And here's the thing, because I don't want folks to think that there is one solution, because the problems are too vast for there to be one solution, because this is not a one-size-fit-all kind of thing. What do we need to do to implement or to get something started to where folks will understand what the tea is? Because, come on, dish the tea, child, dish.
You say dish. Child, you got to have people who want to make a change. That's the problem. Most people don't. Some people talk about it, some people say it, and then when you try to reach out to them, they don't want to have nothing to do with you. They got to be willing, first off. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Now, you know what?
What?
I'm in the chat room. Light Skin Bear in the chat room said, I'm in the tea room. He says there is no solution. People need to open their eyes and be willing to change. They have to want to change.
Saying.
Okay, now.
Right.
Oh, exactly.
People don't want to. You know what? When you're walking down the street or anywhere, in the mall, in the store, you speak to somebody and they look at you and roll their eyes. People don't. Right. They don't want to have anything to do with anybody. And
wait a minute, honey.
It's a problem.
Not just roll your eyes, child, but then you get that grunt, honey. We done went so far back, and we done took it so far back for those who never believed in evolution. Child, shit, we done went all the way back to gorilla days, honey, because we grunt. We don't even speak. We grunt. Right. Okay, Unga Bunga, honey. I ain't no motherfucking gorilla. What the hell is this?
Right.
Go grunt. Okay, when I moved down here, I come down here to Atlanta, and all I've heard was Southern hospitality. They're going to love you down there. Everybody going to want to offer you some tea, and you have a wonderful personality, so you're going to get through fine, and this, that, and the other. I said, okay. I come down here, and I'm expecting this, because I was thirsty that day, too, was looking for a cup of iced tea.
Right.
I go, right. Baby, I was looking, everything here on the fucking hillside and shit, I'm asthmatic, so hell, I'm thirsty, I'm dry, I'm out of breath. Okay. So I'm walking down the street, baby, I'm sitting there, hello, how are you? And I got the first person that ever said anything to me here was a grunt. He grunt, I said, I felt like Whitney Houston and waiting to exhale, honey. I was like, what?
The moment.
Yes. The fuck is
Right.
It was absolutely crazily ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Light Skin Bear said no one even wants to talk on the street. You're right. He said we are so angry. Understandable, baby. But now the question becomes, what are we angry about, and when are we going to let it go? We angry, we pissed, we mad, okay, this, that, and the other. Yes, I'm going to get ready to do something I have never done before. I'm going to bring in another caller in on this so all of us could chat at the same time. I'm going to 248-688. Come on up in here, T-Sipper. You're going to join 989 and myself. T-Sipper, you there, baby?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, well, okay, let's make this thing interactive.
Well, first off, I just wanted to say that, one of the things that we can do is exactly what you were talking about earlier. You were saying something about mentorship and talking about a church that has an organization that they're pulling together to help empower the youth. And I just wanted to make sure that you were able to give that information out again, because I think that's very, very important that, you know, we do something. As long as we do something, then something can turn into a whole lot of something. And eventually we can take back the power from our youth, because we've given it to them. You know,
say that.
We've handed it to them. And now it's time for us to take it back.
Exactly.
And show them how to use that power in the right way, because they're truly heading for destruction.
All right now.
They're truly heading for destruction. You know, I saw 2 young girls today gathering their babies. They couldn't carry the school books for the babies. Couldn't carry the babies for the school books. And I thought, what is wrong with this picture? And I'm looking at my son, hoping and praying and saying, God, I hope he sees this and understands why I say the things to him that I say to him in regards to sex. Because that's another thing that we have to do. We have to talk to our children. That's what parents aren't doing. They're just looking the other way. We can't do that anymore.
Okay. We
Stop
just
looking
can't.
the
We
other
can't do
way. Pull your child to the side and have a conversation with your child about it.
Right, because gone are the days of not informing your child about these things. Because if you don't do it, parents, trust me, somebody will. And it's going to be all wrong. And I'm looking at my own childhood, and I had a very progressive mom, honey. My mother was one who set us down. She didn't hold no punches. She said dick, pussy, ass. It wasn't penis, vagina, and rectum. Mama talked to us very, 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 very streetwise. Okay? Because she didn't want it to get it twisted. Because everything around us, my father, when he was a part of my life and everything, his friends and his buddies and my uncles and all of that, when they talked very gutter. Dick, pussy, ass, motherfucker. That's how they talked. And when my mother was teaching us, she talked to us in the language that we heard so that it wouldn't shock us. Okay? Then she made sure we understood the clinical terms so that we know exactly what the hell this thing was. You understand?
Okay. Right.
That is what we got to get to, and we can't be afraid of these things no more. We got too much out there. You know, that's already scary not to have interactive conversation with our children, and also to show them by example. Like I said with the analogy, if Big Mama 45 years old and the grandbaby is 15.
Right.
The grandbaby 15. Big Mama and the grandbaby competing over the same boy? Stop it.
Right.
Well, Meach, tell me, what's that information again? Would you mind?
Okay, that information. Hold on just a second. Okay, you want to contact. This is the Uplifting Communities Organization. The coordinator, her name is Tyria Love. That's Tyria, Love. And you can send them an email at upliftingcommunities@yahoo.com. Or you can call the office at 313-651-9954. Again, that's 313-651-9954. This is the Uplifting Communities. They are a part, this is the outreach portion of the True Faith Ministries there in Detroit, Michigan. It's a relatively new church that's up and running, and my mother and my sister are a part of it. And they are embarking on getting these programs together. For your information, the housing programs that they're providing foreclosure prevention, loan remodification, possible mitigation, pre-purchases. They're going into assisted living and homeless crisis care, where they're doing housing for children of incarcerated parents, housing for disabled and displaced veterans. They're doing credit repair and counseling, spiritual counseling, and also providing a food bank for emergency food services. They also have the Youth Empowerment Program that includes Community Peace and Conflict Resolutions Club, the Community Arts and Culture, and within these programs, they want to make sure that they service the community between children and youth between 7 to 17, specifically in the city of Detroit and surrounding areas, and they would utilize funding to create a safe, healthy, and stimulating environment for school-age youth residing in Detroit and all its surrounding areas. I think I just said that twice. I did, because I'm reading the press release, and I didn't want to go all off into it, but I'm skimming through, so that's what it is. Okay.
Well, it sounds like they're doing a lot of God's work.
Well, somebody got to, okay, because the work has to be done. So, all right. Okay, so caller, I'm going to bring in someone else on this. Now, 248, are you finished, or do you want to stay hooked into?
Oh, no. I just want to make sure that information got out to me and to the rest of your listeners once again, because, again, we have to take back the power. We really do. God bless the ministries.
All right, not just fight the power, but take the power back. All right, honey, because we got the power. All right, I wish I had that in my queue, honey. I would have played that song right about now. All right, 248, thank you so much. I'm gonna put you back down. I'm going to bring you in on this to talk with 989. Come on, 414377. 414377. You're in this conversation with 989 and myself. Dish your tea, boo.
Hey.
Hey, baby.
Hey, what's going on? How are you both?
All right.
Oh, everything is me.
You know, this is such a good topic. I'm actually glad that you brought this up, because I got to tell you, it seems like the times that we live in right now are just so chaotic that I don't know if it's a matter of people being afraid to step up and take their communities back or what, but, you know, listening to you talk, and I know exactly what video you're talking about, and I think I saw it a few months ago, and I've seen that every day. I used to be a student teacher at a school here in Baltimore City, and having a class of third graders where I would say maybe 4 of the male students were actually on the streets of Baltimore selling drugs and would be so bold as to bring in money and say, hey, look at this, I'm making more than you. First of all, how does a child know that they're making more than me? Obviously they are. You know,
okay, right.
And what's even sadder is we live in an age where the education system is not responsible for children like that. One of the reasons
but they
why
shouldn't have to be. That is the main problem. They shouldn't have to be. The parents rely way too much, far too much, on the school system.
Well,
they want them to teach their children. They want them to teach them about sex. They want them to teach them about diseases. They want them to teach them everything. The parents should be more responsible and take that up under their belt. If they did that at home, these children wouldn't have as many problems as they do.
See, another
that
issue
is the problem.
A lot of these children don't have parents or don't have somebody that's actually at home, even to make sure that they come to school dressed properly. I'm going to tell you a story, and this is actually how I got out of the education system. Where
dish it, baby, dish it.
It was in December, and let me know if you got to go because I know time is getting close. But it was in December. Here in the Northeast, it gets very cold. You all know this. And myself and a few other teachers decided to get together and buy clothes for some of the younger kids who we noticed weren't coming to school with basic things like coats and gloves and mittens, the whole nine. So we got together and we all went to like a couple different dollar stores and, you know, J.C. Penney's, where, you know, just getting cheap clothes for these kids, and we actually were reprimanded, not thanked or praised, but we were reprimanded by the Baltimore City Teachers Union and our principal for going far beyond the limits of being a professional teacher in the state of Maryland.
Really?
So if teachers can't step up and actually try to help to provide it, and the reason why I say that the education system is not responsible, if change is going to happen, it needs to happen on a global basis. It just can't be the parents being involved.
That's true.
At some point, you need to put yourself in it, and you know, you need to think, well, God, what would I do if that was my child?
Right.
You know, and to be reprimanded for buying a kid a coat that probably cost us $40 was just ridiculous to me. No, it was ridiculous to me.
I got to give you that. That is quite ridiculous.
It is, but you know
what? Well, you know what? Back in the day,
they had every legal right. They had every legal right, and there was absolutely nothing that we could do to go against what they said.
Wow.
Yep.
But see, here's the dichotomy to it, because back in the day, there were programs already in the school system that helped the disenfranchised, because I was one of them, honey. In the 9th grade, I didn't have any shoes. We had just got through a fire and a relocation and this, that, and the other, and there was a program, because I got these shoes from J.C. Penney, honey. It was a shoe voucher, and I was able to get some, you know, a pair of shoes and a nice outfit so that I can be presentable for school, because we had lost everything.
Wow.
Now, that was what we did. This was back in 1984, okay? And there were programs that were already set up like that. Also with the social services department, they had those programs, but they took them out of the schools. They got rid of that. They got rid of the social workers. They got rid of all of that stuff out of the school systems. So now the dichotomy is you want to have everything in the schools and want the teachers to be so multifaceted, because they got to be part teacher, part parent, part guidance counselor, part referee, you know. Then they got to be part damn drug dealer, because you got to see the transaction go down before it go down. You got to sit up there and be part police, because you got to stop this. You want them to be everything, but yet the tools are not there so that they can adequately do what needs to be done. We lose so many children. Because they don't have it. You know, they don't have that, and an army of one just can't do it. We can't. One person is not going to be the end-all answer to it all, because you get burnt out. And trust me, I'm speaking completely from experience on this, because you get burned out. What the hell do you do? What do you do?
It seems like the priorities of our cities, of our state, and of this country are not in the right direction.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, even over the summer, just another example of how disappointing it is sometimes even just to live here and hear how kids are thrown to the back burner. Now, you know, our mayor is talking about, you know, cutting back. Our state is talking about cutting back. You've got state employees getting furloughs, but yet over the summertime, you know, as a kid, one of the biggest things that you look to do if you live in the city is to go to a pool. You want to be able to go to a city pool. It gets hot here. You know?
Okay.
Cut. Okay. Baltimore City public pools did not operate at any time this year. There's no plans for it to happen next year. Our Parks and Recreation Department is pretty much null and void right now. So it's like our priorities are not in the right direction. They barely are running a program for youth to help you. Remember, I'm sure back in the day in Michigan they had programs where kids could get summer jobs.
Yeah, the summer youth program. Yeah, I had one. I was a weed walker.
Gone. They don't do that here anymore. So it's like, how do you expect for kids to have any sense of direction when all you're constantly doing is pulling the carpet up from under their feet?
Right.
There is nothing. So like the other caller said, granted, I mean, thank goodness that there are churches out there that are willing to even do community work. But there's another whole side of the community that doesn't even want to go to church. You know, don't want anything to do with church. So that becomes another struggle in itself. You know, another struggle in itself. So
Lord,
that's why I made the comment in the room. Look at what she was born into, because I'm gonna tell you, that same kid in the story earlier, the one that was, you know, he was the dealer. I found out during that time that he was home alone, pretty much alone. His mother was dying of cancer, so he was bedridden. He had an older brother who was in jail, big-time drug dealer.
Oh,
His
wow.
sister was on the street every day. And I'm going to tell you just how naive I am. She would always come up, and I would always hear her offering brown sugar to people.
Ooh.
Okay, now, see, y'all know what brown sugar is.
Right.
Naive. I'm looking at her like,
oh, you said naive.
brown sugar, what are you talking about? Me?
Why should you keep trying to get these folks this sugar, honey?
See? Brown.
That's funny.
What the hell is she talking
about? Now that's old school there, because it ain't been called brown sugar since the late 70s, child.
Well, I'm going to tell you, this was mid-90s. This was mid-90s.
Oh, she said brown sugar.
That's what she said out her mouth. So, and that was his sister. And then he had another brother who was at home following in the older brother's footsteps. So this kid was literally, and it's the wintertime, like I said, he's coming to school in, you know, holey jeans and a little white T-shirt. That's it. Now, he walked a good 4 blocks to get to school, snow and all. And
right.
Wow.
Just a matter, and then you talk to the social worker, and the social worker at the school was so young and just immature to the point where, you know, you could tell that the only thing on her mind was the janitor, who was just muscle bound, and you know, I mean, he did look good pushing a broom, but that's
right. Okay, what you said? Well, he did look good.
He said that pushing the broom, child, whatever.
I mean, you know, that was her focus, not necessarily the kids. So that's why I say I really think that our education system has failed a lot of our children. It could be a lot better everywhere. It's going to take a massive undertaking to get all of this stuff together and to get people in line.
Right. And it's so sad.
It is.
Lord have mercy. Okay, now let me go back to the other. Since I have you two on the line, let me get your take on that. On this, with the first part of this that I posed with the Morehouse College. And their dress code.
Interesting, because just like you described, it's very complicated to decipher through that. Because you really can't call it discrimination because it's a boys' school.
Right.
But then on the female side, really, you can't call that discrimination because this person still has the male parts. So what do you do? You know what I'm saying? What do you do?
Exactly. Especially since they done paid all this money into this damn tuition.
Right.
You know, and I'm sure for those who haven't paid off yet or got all these student loans, you know, and you know, let's look at the integrity of the student. You know, if they're a hellified student busting all these better grades and stuff up in there, what is this saying about, you know, I mean, all of this comes into play in this particular situation. Now, like I said, for me, you know, my solution would be to go and let them become members of Clark Atlanta. Okay. You know, transfer their membership over to Clark Atlanta since Clark Atlanta is still co-ed. And then let them get life that way. You know what I'm saying? However, with that then, you know, doing that, will it be as cut and dry as that? Because now you have to deal with housing all over again, you know, and this, that, and the other, because I'm sure even though they share the same campus area, I'm sure there's probably different sets of rules and regulations, possibly, you know, because they're 3 separate schools.
Right.
So, you know, it becomes, you know, yeah.
So that's you know what, that whole situation is very interesting. There's no other way to describe that. I mean, really, what do you do? Because I'm sure that's already in the bylaws of that school. It was set up to be a male school.
Right.
And then you got a female school. Well, technically, if you're going to be technical about it, you're still not a female. So what do you do? It's
okay,
sad,
well, but wait a minute.
Well, it's sad, and in my mind, I want it to be discrimination, but really, it's not. What do you do?
Okay. Because now what has not been said or shared is that any of those who are living as trans, if they've started any kind of hormonal treatment, if they have breasts or whatever the case may be, none of that has been disclosed. They just said the folks, walking around in women's dresses and makeup and weave and stuff in their hair.
Right.
So none of that has been disclosed. So the point becomes, are you non-operative trans on this campus? Because if that's the case and you still want to be a part of this organization, non-operative trans can then opt out to say, all right, I can be a boy throughout the day. But I think a lot of them say that. Okay, I'm going to be a boy during the daytime, but on my off time, I'm going to be a girl.
Right.
And the part of that philosophy is the children are dictating because they live on campus that cannot be on the campus, even on their downtime. So that's the part I'm having a problem with.
And I understand that. And you should. And I do too, but still, I don't know. That's just a hard one. Because, you know what I'm saying? Because they're still a part of the school. And if that's the rule for the school, and you knew that to start, but maybe they didn't know that. See, that's where I'm at. I want to know all the information.
Right.
Right.
But see, here's the thing. Because, this is happening on the heels of, there was a murder not too long ago of a gay man here at Morehouse, and it went to trial and this, that, and the other.
Oh, okay.
And Morehouse is doing a lot of damage control for their gay students. Okay? So on top of that, then they have this to contend with. Now not only do you got gay students, but now you got children that saying they're trans, or at least walking around perceived to be, in a womanly image. So for me as a trans activist, I always believe you call them the way they appear. If they appear as a woman, then they want to be called a woman. Okay? So that there becomes the problem. So if that is the case, and Morehouse is an all-male institution, would they then allow for this child to be transferred over to Spelman because it's an all-female institute? That was the whole point. Morehouse and Spelman are basically, they just same-gender educational schools, okay, with the same integrity, all right? Or because this child does not have any surgery done, would you allow them to take a residency over at Clark Atlanta so that they could still have their HBCU credits, not lose any of that time that they've invested, and could still get out of there on time, and could still live and be themselves? Okay, now that sounds like it's on the surface right now, but I want to hear, I got to hear this from somebody else. And I got to hear all of the underlings to it because I need to know what's what.
Right.
I need to know all of the specifics because right now it's easy for me to go out and go carry a picket sign and be like, okay, you bitches are, y'all motherfuckers, honey, and you this and you that. It's easy to do that. But just like I said, I'm on the fence with the arguments because of what we're dealing with. And as I just laid it out. So that there is that. So all right now. Okay, we are in the second half of the show. I'm waiting. I just text Syleena. As I've told y'all, she's calling internationally. So we want to make sure that everything is on point and everything is all set. Okay, callers, I'm going to put you two back down. I want to make sure that you're listening to the show. Thank you guys for calling and joining me and dishing your tea. If you have anything else, just hit 1 again, and I'll bring you back in, okay? What I'm going to do now, let me introduce you to a couple of the tracks from Syleena's current album. It's called Chapter 4, Labor Pains, Baby. And with Labor Pains, this here is the continuing saga of Syleena's life. For those of you who have not, who don't know that it was out, it came out, it was released late last year. I want to say October, November last year. And I have been rocking this thing ever since. But, of course, I'm biased. I love the entire CD. But I think if I were to pick out, well, I can't pick out favorites. I'm just going to tell you what's working me right now. You know how you listen to an album and that one song hits you first, and then when you go back and listen to an album, you get into another move, and then this particular song is just starting to work you, and you hear it in a whole different way? Well, darling, I want you to listen to this, okay? This needs to go on The Quiet Storm. Tell me what you think about this.
Hey, baby. I've been meaning to ask you something. Should I get down here on the floor? Tell me where you want me. Show me how you want it. Show me how you do push-ups. Show me how to work my legs. Think I'm gonna need a partner, baby, can you help me stretch? Getting hot, so hot for your love. Tell me how many times you wanna do this. So hot, boy, I can't get enough. I'm really flexible, let me prove it. Boy, I can't wait until you get me in shape. I'll be my personal trainer. My heart is pumping, I'm really putting it back. So tell me how me how that. I'll be my personal trainer. Fuck me up, I mean it make me wet. Boy, I ain't scared to wet. I'll be my personal trainer. You got me sweating, baby, let's get it on. I wanna tighten down on. I'll be my personal trainer. Can we do Pilates, baby, in and out? How about a little yoga, downward facing dog? Exercise my body, baby, exercise my mind. However long it takes, boy, won't you take your time and I'm getting hot, so hot for your love. Tell me how many times you wanna do this, baby. So hot, boy, I can't get enough. I'm really flexible, let me prove it. Boy, I can't wait until you get me in shape. Tell me how me how that I'll be my personal trainer.
Yes, honey. Okay, now you see why that groove just moves me. Do you see why that groove moves me, honey? Okay, she done took that song is such a fabulous double entendre. I can't stand it. Okay, she done sit up there talking about exercising, baby, and done sit up there and done turned it into a whole night of just, oh my God. Okay, can't nobody do that shit but her. That's why she my sister. Okay, that's why she my damn sister. I'm gonna do one more because we're still waiting to get her to connect in through Italy. She's having some problems. She just texted me and said she's having connection issues. So she's working that out. But I want you to understand this particular song right here, which I think, for me, is the creed of the album, I think. I think this sets the tone of the entire album or the entire piece. Okay, listen to this track and tell me what you think. It's called Be Me.
All the time.
All right. I told y'all, see, that song there, I think, so, just explains the album for me, okay? If you haven't bunched the album, honey, you got to go bunch Chapter 4, Labor Pains. And darling, without any further ado, I want to bring in, this girl is crazy. When I met her, we had such a fabulous time working on a project, and I call her my sister because she didn't believe, honey, that I'd carry her music like I do until I pulled this thing out of my purse. And that was that. And ever since then, honey, we've had a ball of a time, and I love her. I love her. Ladies and gentlemen, R&B's best kept secret. This is the one, the only, Miss Syleena Johnson. Hello there, my darling. Dish your tea with me.
I'm so sorry that I'm late. My son had an emergency. He fell on the ground and bust his lip, and I was in a nightmare. So I'm sorry. I just forgot about. I didn't forget, but I just was so.
No, honey. When it comes with the kids, honey. Hey, okay. No,
yeah.
We can always reschedule.
Oh no.
Okay.
But I'm here now. I'm here.
Okay.
He's with his daddy, so he's okay.
Okay. Oh, my goodness, honey.
What's going
honey,
on,
the
Denise?
deal is you, sugar, you. Baby, before I say anything else, I text you all the time. And I tell you when I have new discoveries and epiphanies with these doggone songs of yours. But, Miss Thane, this album here is truly working me. It is truly working me, okay? It is working me. Wholeheartedly.
I am so glad.
Wholeheartedly. Because
it's some of my best work, I think.
I think so too. I really think so too. And I've been following you since the very first release of I'm Your Woman. Okay, we're gonna take it all the way back to Chapter 1. And then in my research, darling, I went back and I found your very first recording with your father. I didn't put it in the call queue. I won't do that to you.
It's okay. There's a lot of weird things that are coming out on me, and all I can do is laugh because.
Okay.
I just I've come such a long way, so it's real fun to see like where I used to be to now.
Okay. Well, then let's talk about that because you're at a point now with Chapter 4. You've taken on the helm of being a record label owner. And doing all this on your own primarily and rebuilding your team and really out there now and stepping out on faith to make this project work. Let's talk about what does that mean to you?
Well, it means everything because doing it this way by myself is very difficult because I went through so many things just trying to, get it all started, not to mention recording the album and the amount of money that I had to do it and just everything. So this album, labor pains means much more than just the pains that I suffered with having a child, but the work pains, the pains of work, the pains of being a woman in this industry, doing, quote-unquote man job things. So it was just very difficult for me. I had to do everything pretty much by myself with the help of my sister and the help of Anelius Records, but it's only like 8 of us, or maybe not even 7, maybe like 7 of us. So we did everything by ourselves, and it was terribly, ridiculously hard for us, but we prevailed. I had just had my baby, so I was still nursing him. Honey, I would be in the studio and be sitting behind the engineer with one titty out and the other inside. And
shut up, girl.
And cut and go back in the booth. It was doing the most, but it was worth it. And it's like I birthed this thing into the universe. I said I was going to do it, and it's here. And the greatest thing is that people love it, and I'm able. This can never be taken back. So. Okay.
I love that. I told you this in an email, and I want to take this public. your lyrics as a songwriter, you are doing something that very few women are able to capture with such grace and style. Now, we hear all of the sexuality from such I won't necessarily say negative, I'm going to say a different point of view from our rap sisters. But you have taken female sexuality and made it such an empowering force to reckon with in music that I've not heard since the days of Nona Hendrix when she was writing for LABELLE. I marvel at you for that. What is your inspiration behind that?
My husband, Kiwan, yes. But not only that, it's so amazing and interesting and wonderful to hear you say that to me, because I got to tell you, 5 minutes ago, not even 5 minutes ago, I got a call from one of my producers, and he said, because I wrote a song for Rihanna called Cece.
Oh, okay.
And the song content is about being in a relationship that is, up, one down, one up, one down, So, like, I can't be in this relationship because it's a seesaw type deal, right? And so he just told me, yeah, they passed on it. They didn't want it. So I'm like, man, I thought this would really fit her. But you saying that just is like, look at God. I just heard that, and I'm like, man, But then here you come saying your songwriting ability is awesome. So even if I was going to get down about it, you just fixed that for me. So that's that. But I just had to let you know that you just made my day with that.
Oh, but bless your heart, honey.
Honey, God just used you all over this phone. But the inspiration is, I think that it's okay for women to love sex and want to have it, and why can't we talk about it? It takes two. Hell.
How about that? Let's say that, girl.
Are we not there when it's when it's happening? Are we not there? So obviously we have a take on it. It doesn't have to be Miss Mary Poppins. We like to get smacked and flipped up and all that good stuff too.
Say it, girl. Woo!
So we should be able to be confident. Now, I'm not saying that 16 and 15-year-olders surely should not be, this shouldn't be
exactly.
Their thing, so. But
exactly.
A married woman or a woman who is having consenting sex, safe, consensual sex, I believe this is, she has the right to have these feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I agree wholeheartedly. I agree wholeheartedly. Now, darling, let's clear up. A lot of folks want to believe that R. Kelly discovered you. What is the real on that? Because I know he works. You two work well together, and I love his producing element side of him because he produces very well, and I like his writing. So what is the tea? Are you his discovery baby, his gem, or what? Put it to bed, honey.
Okay. R. Kelly did not discover me. Actually, my dad discovered me, and we were working together on the Love Hangover album that you were speaking about earlier. And my dad was the one who discovered my talent and invested in it from the very beginning, my father. And then I sent in a demo to Jive Records, and Wayne Williams is the man who's discovered me, who listened to the tape at first here and took me to Jive Records. Now, this is what happened, and this is why this story is always the R. Kelly thing. R. Kelly is on Jive Records, okay? Wayne Williams also discovered R. Kelly. So what happened was he pitched me to Jive Records, and they passed on me, said that my voice was too woofy, too strong, and not marketable, and it didn't match my age, because at the time I was 20.
Wow.
So he took me to R. Kelly. And, actually he took me to R. Kelly, and he took me to Jive like at the same day. He sent music to R. Kelly. Robert was like, oh, man, get her down here. He had a flight and everything for me. And so because Wayne told me that they weren't feeling me. I guess he was playing it for some people. He didn't have the official meeting yet. And so he was just like, they're not feeling it and stuff like that. But Robert wants you to come down there, this, that, and the other. So I was, honey, when I tell you I left school so fast, I was in college at Illinois State. I went straight to the registration's office and was like, I won't be here this I'm not going to be here. So I left, went home, which is like an hour and a half away, and I was getting all ready, and that night, Wayne Williams called me and was like, okay, we got a dilemma. He says, now people at Jive Records, the CEO wants you from Jive Records. And he says, so now you have a choice. He says, you can either go with Robert or you can come with Jive Records. He said, me personally, I think you can do the same things that Robert can do eventually, He said, but he said it's a win-win. If you go with Robert, you're sure to do well. If you go with us, you'll have the opportunity to do the same things that he's doing. So I chose to be my own artist, and I chose to go on my own and go with Jive Records. And I tell you, the next morning, he was like, I'll think of something to tell Robert so that he won't get upset, and And so the next morning, Robert's limo pulled up and everything, and I had to turn it away. And then that's when it all started, Jive Records. And actually, on the other side, Wayne Williams did take me into the official meeting, and they still passed on me. But he was in the elevator, and Clive Calder saw him and asked him, what's wrong, what's going on, what's happening or whatever. And they started talking about it. He said they passed on me, this artist that I have, and I don't know why. So he's like, well, come play it for me in my office. And he plays it for Clive Calder. He says, what's her name again? He played So Confused. That was the song that got me signed. And he said her name is Syleena Johnson. And so Clive goes, Syleena Johnson, like Seal Johnson? And Wayne goes, well, yeah, that's her dad. So he goes, Seal Johnson? He said, when I was creating Zamba, which is the parent company of Jive Records, he said, when I was creating Zamba, he said, in a small office on the floor in Europe, I used to sleep and listen to Syl Johnson records.
Wow.
And so he said, that is his daughter. We must have her immediately. And he brought everyone in, and everybody had to, pretend like they liked me, in front of the boss. And then that was it. It was from there. It was great. Once I got first signed, it was bad when Clive left, but after that, it was great.
That's an incredible story, girl.
He did not sign me, although because Wayne signed me, that is the introduction after that is what made us work together well, because he liked the way I was able to imitate whatever it is that he wanted me to do. And so we became friends. I would hang out around him just to see, his genius. He's such a genius, the way he works. And I would, try to hang around and adapt that genius. I wanted to get some of that genius, and see how he writes. And, from there, we just became friends. And then from there, we just created this great music brother-sister relationship. He always calls me his little sister. And that's why people think that he's discovered me, because they see us out all the time together.
Wow.
So we're just label mates. That's it.
That is an incredible story. See, all that. See, a lot of folks don't understand that back stuff. The struggle.
Yeah.
They see they see lights, they see hair, they see diamonds, furs, and limos, and they don't understand that backstory, baby.
And they don't understand that those diamonds, furs, and limos aren't even paid for, honey.
Shut up. I was just going to say that, they rented, honey. They go back. Okay,
honey,
this just for the video. Then, one of the things, girl, and I told you this when we were face-to-face, and that was your appearance on Patti LaBelle's Living It Up.
Oh, yeah, I love Patti.
And she asked you to sing. She said, okay, this is completely unplanned. And you sang. And, sweetie, I threw a shoe at the TV because my best friend is on the phone, and he know I'm going to pull him in a minute because he's going to testify. He know me. When I hear good singing, I'm a swinger, so I have to keep my distance because I will hit you. Okay, I will hit you. Okay. And I forgot the name of the song. It was on the tip of my head. I can't think of it right now.
I need thee.
That's it. That's it.
Church hymn.
Have you thought about ever doing a gospel album? Because I know that chapter 2, The Voice.
Gospel album. That is my gospel.
Get out of here. Shut up, girl. Because, okay, yes. Everything on there.
The entire album, Demetrius, is about God. The entire album. Except for, like, 2 songs that I, like, channel myself and where I was at the time. You know, I was just getting out of a divorce. So I did, like, you know, Tonight I'm Gonna Let Go. That was signature for, like, you know, now I'm free. I'm finna kick it.
Right.
Deal. And you know, is that you? You know, it was more like, you know, are you the next man for me type deal. But because of the depth of drama that I went through with the divorce, I had no other, you know, I had such a relationship with the Lord at the time that, you know, I had no man or any man interest, so he was the only man that I had. And so all of the singing that I sing, if you really pay close attention to the songs, they're not really like lovey, lovey, lovey. Even no words.
I know.
Like I don't say I want to take your clothes. You know, they're not personal trainer songs. They're
right.
pure love songs. And No Words is a song about the Holy Ghost.
Miss Thing,
they don't know that.
Let me tell you about No Words. Let me tell you about No Words. Because I said, okay, now you know what, baby? Pete, if you remember Peter Jackson, when we were doing Soul Kitten, the AD on that show, I told him, I said, sweetie, I said, I don't know what she did with this, but I called everybody. I said, you got to listen to this. Because, child, No Words, you worked me for No Words, because it was just that. It was I said, she made a sound good. I said, child, I couldn't, with No Words. Miss Thing, I was completely outdone with you. And I think, now here, for the audience, now, y'all know that I too am a gender illusionist. Yes, I'm a drag queen from time to time. I'm taking a hiatus right now because my feet hurt. Okay. Girl trying to put these big ass size stair 15s in a 4-inch pump, honey, is not cute, and I done gained weight.
Not bad, honey.
But anyway.
Good in 11.
Okay.
Honey, when I tell you.
I would sit down. That was one of the songs. I did that. My signature song of yours, that is just the creed and my mantra for living.
It's the intro song, I bet you.
You know what? That started. That was the one, because that would wake me up in the morning.
Yeah.
Because I would be at the bus stop.
The lyrics make me cry. They make me cry.
Okay. Oh, please. Okay. But mine is I Believe in Love.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't even thinking chapter 4. I was thinking chapter 2.
Oh, now the intro on chapter 4. Get out of here.
You said I Believe in Love. I'm thinking Be Me.
I Believe in Love in chapter 2.
Yeah.
Miss Thing, that's what I'm telling you. Your songwriting, because see, now, you know, for those who enter the download era, which I'm going to ask you about that in a minute, how do you compete as a record label owner in this new generation of doing music now, with everything being on download and this and that? Because I'm one who's old school. I need album liner notes because I need to know who wrote the songs. I'm also one who like the bitches in the background. I need to know who's singing that because, child, you know, listen.
Well, you know, you ain't got to worry about that, honey, because I'll just tell you now. The bitches in the background is Syleena 1, Syleena 2, and Syleena 3. Honey, because Syleena Johnson don't got the budget for Susie, Carey, Ann, and okay.
Okay.
Miss Thing does her own. Well, Miss Thing has always. I've always done my own backgrounds since I was.
You know what? You do that. Stephanie Mills do that. Child, oh my God! See,
Yeah.
Okay. I'm starting to sound like a fan, and I didn't want.
That's okay.
I didn't want to get perclent because I'm telling you, this is why. See, when you're dealing with good music, you have to understand and appreciate it. Because see, I'm going crazy, and I'm not even listening to nothing right now. I'm just talking about it, and it's sending me. Because when we met, this is what I told you when I went and pulled chapter 2 out of my bag, honey. Because I told you, no, I carry this around, and you said, no, you don't. I said, yes, honey, hand me my purse. And when I slapped that sucker out of my bag, yes, I carry it. And then now I carry chapter 4 everywhere because a lot of folks don't know chapter 4 is out. I'm like, honey, you can't be a Syleena fan and not know chapter 4 is out. What are you talking about? You know?
Yeah, like I did that chapter 4. Like how you're saying, how do I become competitive? Well, the one thing that I decided before I wanted to do it with chapter 4 was that I'm not in competition with anyone else, but rather myself and my other albums. So I just wanted to be able, it was, Demetrius, I've been through so much, so it was kind of like people telling me that I wasn't going to be able to do it, and that it wasn't going to do anything, and I wasn't going to be able to make this happen. So it was a competition against myself, against the negative thoughts in my own mind, the negative thoughts in the universe. And so I didn't care about whether it got on the radio or not. I did it for myself and for my fans. Because on MySpace, I remember, because I'm overseas now, but my husband, we were in Montreal, and I started to get on the Facebook because it'd be so boring. Oh crap! I started to get on the Facebook, and it's burned. Crap. I just burned my spinach, child. But I started to get on the Facebook and see all the messages, and all the messages would be the same. Like, you can't go. Where are you? You have to. When is chapter 4 coming? And what's next? And and I was a mom, and I was just thinking, maybe this is it. This should be the end, and all of that. Because the industry is such garbage, and you know how it is. So I just was like, maybe I'll just be a mother and a wife and call it a day. But it was the inspiration of you guys that made me, my friends, like, you can't leave us with chapter 3. You have to finish the story,
Exactly.
So I'm like, all right, well, this is, I can't do this to them because it's not fair. I got to finish what I started here. So I wasn't in any competition, so I don't think about like, oh, I need to get a hit or I need to do. I just went in and did whatever I wanted to do with whatever I liked. There were no A&Rs hovering over me. There was nothing. It was just, oh, I like this track. I'm going to go do that. And it wasn't about, oh, I'm going to go get Kanye. I'm going to go get this person, that person. No, I went and got producers that I believed in. Some of them were good. Some of them were established. And some of them weren't, and I didn't care. It's just about what was great to me and what sounded great to me.
You know what? Now, interesting, because on chapter 4, the spoken word artist, what's his name, Redbone?
Red Storm.
Red Storm. Why did you decide to leave that piece on this compilation? Because I love the piece, and it sets up, it's a wonderful transition between Be Me and wait.
You let me down.
Yes.
Because
that was a wonderful transition.
Thank you very much. I also did a sequence. Of course, I did everything because I was Haymon on the album. But Red Storm is probably one of the most powerful, prolific poets that I know, aside from another one that I know named Seven. Now, Seven is off the hook, but Seven is very, he's very, he's very Love Jones, he's that kind of person. But Red Storm is, oh my goodness, he's militant, but he's just strong. He's strong.
Yes.
And he's
I feel that.
Oh God, he's been through an extremely great deal of things. I mean, from going to jail, from kicking a drug habit in jail, formed it and kicked it. His mother died. Just all kinds of things that he had gone through, and that piece is like a mild piece. He's very, very talented. And I say, you know what? People are always talking about how I'm a male basher because of the strength that I project as a woman through my albums. It's not about, beat a man up, don't take his mess. It's not even about that. It's just about be strong with yours. You know what I'm saying? Be bold. Don't bow down to society, not to man, but just to society. Stand up and speak for whatever it is that you want and feel in life, but still understand and know how to be a lady. And so I thought it would be awesome to have a man come in and speak on a
because he dropped that knowledge wonderfully.
He's on these foods, and it's like, this album is not about don't get it twisted. It's not about some girl just trying to write songs or sing songs for women to play when they're having a bad time. No, this is a lesson. That's why it's called a domestic lesson. This is a lesson, and it's not an issue of women hating men or male bashing. It's an issue of mistreatment on the man's part and on the woman's part, just mistreatment. So that's why I wanted to have a man come in and speak on a woman's behalf, because it's like, you can't call me a male basher now. Your boy is on here talking about
exactly.
How y'all playing him. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It just made sense to me,
Well, baby, I tell you, that was such a wonderful transition between Be Me and You Let Me Down, because I was like, wow. And as I listened to it, and also kudos for the music behind that set the tone of that of the poetry piece, because I said, okay, Miss Thing, just loop this all around now, scatter her. Okay.
You know how I do. I take the music from my intro and outro, and
I know, baby. I said, I love that. So I said, okay, that was really cute. Now, we saw you on Maury Povich doing the Maury Povich song.
Yeah.
Okay. Girl, that song there, when I first heard it, I was like, okay, wait a minute. I had to replay it because it was reminiscent. Like I said, I do drag. So when Kelly Price's She Was a Friend of Mine came out, my show concept behind that was a talk show, and I was going to do, if I had went out for a contest, I was going to do a talk show like setting. I'm not going to give all the details because you bitches out there steal my idea, then I had to come cut you. But okay.
Okay.
But
I know that.
But when I heard this, I was like, oh wow. And then I of course, like I said, I like to pay attention to the lyrics. And then I said, no, girl. You auditioned some real tea on this as far as dealing with, paternity issues and carrying on. And here you done got your ass, and now you just some Maury Povich shit, talk show shit. What is this? And I love that. And I'm okay. I'm told the audience, say I'm very biased because I just love you. But like I said, with your writing style and your ability to put your finger on the pulse of women's issues and stuff. Like I said, we've not seen anything like this since when Nona was writing prolifically. She still writes, but we don't hear it on the forefront like we did back when they were LABELLE, because I consider Nona to be the female version of Curtis Mayfield. Okay,
and Mayfield.
Baby, you better understand what I'm talking about, and that's why I put you up there with the greats like that, girl, because you write some shit, and I'm telling you, even the songs that the collaboration when we were doing Soul Kittens, girl, most of the brainchild of that was you, and everybody added, but you sat up there and did that in what 15 minutes, and the song was ready to go to press?
Yeah, when we did
the ice cream, whatever thing, yes. So
I didn't do ice cream. No, we did.
That wasn't
a
you.
Song that was no. We did a song that was just like our whole thing, like inside the house.
Yeah, I thought it was called ice cream, whatever. Yeah, I was there. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That was your baby.
No, was. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of that driving car song we had.
Did you think of driving cars that was in the play?
Yeah, driving car. Yeah. No, yeah, the ice cream. Yeah.
The ice cream, that was your baby. You were the brainchild behind it. And then everybody put in the piece here, and it became a collaborative effort. But within 15 minutes, the song was done, and I was floored, and I loved being around that energy because it propels me to be my best because the talent is there. And like I'm saying, the way that you write, no, we could not get away with just chapter 3. And remember, when we met, I didn't know chapter 3 was out until we met face to face. And you said, "Oh, honey, no, the record company did me wrong because they didn't play nothing off of it." And when I found this thing,
the beast, honey,
baby, chapter 3.
Honey, when you talk about strong sexuality, that's
darling. Because
the intro is my favorite.
Shit. Okay, so I'm sitting up here stuttering. The intro, phone sex, slowly, Miss Thing, slowly.
Not slowly.
Miss Thing.
You got to be an adult. You can't be, you gotta be grown. You can't even understand that if you ain't grown.
No, when you said our bodies came, we come until we couldn't come no more. I said, now, God damn it. Okay, I felt you on that. I said, Miss Thing, stop it. She said, until the moon and the stars. I said, stop it. Okay, I'm going to hit you. Because, Miss Thing, don't nobody know that shit like that. Okay?
They don't understand. You got to be grown.
They don't get, whew.
It's a grown folks.
That's why.
All my spirits are grown.
That's why we need you. That's why your voice is important. And that's why the fan base was on you the way that we are, you know, as far as making sure, honey, because shit, we done got hooked, honey. It's crack. I need a hit. I need a fix. I need a Syleena fix. Okay? Miss Patti say that all the time, honey. Okay, I know my children out there, they need a Patti fix. Well, yes. Well, Patti is still Patti, and I need a Syleena fix too because, darling, that's just what you do for me. You do that for me.
I'm so excited about that, Demetrius. You just don't know. This makes me feel so awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, thank you, darling, for being you. Now, listen, you've done some acting. We were talking about Soul Kitten Supper Club. You've done Cheaters. Is that something that you're looking to do more, you know, acting and being on stage in that capacity?
I would love to do movies. I don't really care for stage at all.
Oh,
I really don't. No, I don't. Unless it's Broadway, where it's stable, you know, where you're in the same place doing the same, you know.
Right.
But I just don't like the travel and the sometimes the ghetto politics behind it. I'm not used to it. And then because I'm a loner,
yes,
I don't really like to share ideas with people. You know what I'm saying?
Dig it. I feel you.
I know that might be wrong on a lot of levels, but it's for me, no. I don't want to share my musical ideas, and I don't at this age. I'm 33 years old, and I was like 20-something, maybe, what was that? Maybe just 30. Nope, I wasn't even 30. I was 29 when I did Soul Kittens, and 27 or 28 when I did Cheaters, so 28. And I'm just, you know, I for damn sure in my 30s not getting ready to deal with it, but in my late 20s, you know, I can't be coached, not even coached. What is it, like controlled? You know, and it was like, you know, this is how you need to sing. And I remember one night, Jacarius like hollered at me. This was after a New York show, and he took us all in the back. Now I'm talking about Michael Jai White. This guy was 41 at the time.
My husband.
Karen Molina White, Wendy Raquel. I'm talking about James.
Yeah, high hitters.
Big time hitters. Brian McKnight, okay?
Oh.
And he takes us in the back and hollers at us. Not to mention the other cast members that, like Dee Dee Gibson, Carl Payne. Carl Payne is Coley Cole. I mean, forget about it.
Right. Okay. Right.
Established, artist 7. And he took us in the back and talked to us like we were dogs, like cussed us out because he was upset that, little things here and there we were doing that he didn't like. And so, but he points me out and says, I told you to cut that song off. It's too long. And if you don't cut that song, threaten me.
Wow.
And I thought to myself, hell to the no. Because, see, the next thing is I'm going to punch him in his damn nose. I don't have that kind of patience. I'm my own boss. I don't have that kind of patience. First of all, that's ghetto to me. I don't like to be talked to like that on no kind of level. If you have a problem with me, you take me to the side. You say, Syleena, we really need to cut this song, honey. It's getting too long. It's making this, that, and the other. And I'm going to say, whatever it is that you need, I'll take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've never ever been a problem artist. You know how you hear about artists not showing up.
Yeah, divas.
I've never missed a show. I've never missed a shoot. I've never been late to anything, ever, Demetrius. In 12 years, I have never been late
phenomenal,
or missed
baby.
a show. And it's because I love what I do. So,
right.
And I've never been a problem, even though they'll say, my record company would say that I was a bitch because I used to call them all the time and ask them what the hell they was doing. And I'm talking about I would go from from the janitor on up to the doorman on everybody if they doing something on the behalf of Syleena Johnson because I want
exactly. Hello.
That's just who I am. But I don't think it's
exactly.
being I think it's being thorough, and trying to know, But I can't say that I would do another play because all of the experiences that I've had with plays, even another one in Detroit that I won't even go there with, but all the plays that I had, bad experiences, very unprofessional, a lot of just, and I ain't used to that. You know what I'm saying? I like for stuff to run smoothly. Now, you ain't got to be 5-star, the biggest puffy and all this. You ain't got to have all that. But just be professional about your shit. Like, let's take you, for instance, Demetrius. You call me.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Press pause for just a second. I got 47 seconds left, and those of you who listen by computer, we're going to end up cutting off in just a few moments. I'm going to say thank you to all of you. We're going to keep talking. We've probably got about maybe 15 minutes left before this thing cuts me off. So thank you all. Press play. Go ahead, baby.
Okay. But let's just take you, for example, Demetrius. Maybe this show is not okay. It's not on syndicated across the world, right?
Right.
But this is still a reputable show in the community for the kids, honey, and those are my favorite fans. But
okay, we love you.
Not only, and when I love you guys back, but not only that, you are professional. You know what I'm saying? You got your shit together. You're like, okay, this is the time, this is the date, everything was ahead of time. See, I don't have time for I don't care who it is. If you're a professional and you have passion for what it is you do, I'm attracted to that. And I just feel like a lot of these little plays that was going up, not all of them, because Jakarius and Gary, at the end of the day, awesome businessmen, and I just think that they were overwhelmed because it was a very big production. I don't blame them, but I can't be the victim on no end.
Exactly.
Like that where I can't walk out. You know what I'm saying? I can't be in no
exactly
like that. So I just think after a while it just got like club promoting. Oh, let's just throw up a play because everybody's doing it, or Tyler Perry's doing it. Let's try to get our money. And there's no passion in it. That's why I say Broadway, because Broadway's been around since, forever. So that
exactly.
It's the real deal. You know what I'm saying? But
exactly.
I would love to do movies. I can't do the ghetto Chitlin Circuit play. I can't do it.
All right. Well, I feel you on that. Well, darling, what is next in the installment? Because I know I read in an interview that you said the next one is not going to be a chapter. You want to do something a little different with your audiences. So what do we have to look forward to that Anelis Records is going to give for Syleena Johnson?
Well, Anelis Records is merging with a company called Pulse out of New York.
Oh.
And, yes. And Pulse is a major company that does. It's like a company that does jingles and
yes, I think I've heard of
movie
them.
scores. Yes. Well, the owner is Joel Kipnis. Now, he created it. Now, Joel Kipnis is the man who produced Good Times of the Heart. And on Chapter 1, he produced Spinning.
Yes.
And so Joel and I are very good friends. We used to be under the same manager, David Pasek, for a very long time. And he has merged. He has just signed KG, who, as you know, did a lot of production on Chapter 3. So I came there, had a meeting with them, and JK pulled up this music that was just, unlike anything that we were hearing right now. And it was so dope to me. And I just immediately, I always wanted to do like a, now the kids are gonna die, because I always wanted to do a house album, and not like techno. Honey, Demetrius.
Yes.
It's gonna be just. And I said, all my shows are so. My shows are. I have high energy, but I can't keep the energy because my songs take them down. So I have to bring attitude to bring the energy. I said,
right.
Sing and dance the whole daggone show. From the time the curtains open, honey, I want to be dancing until the time they close. And everybody else is done. I said, I just want to dance, and I just want my show to be high energy. I'm not talking about choreographed moves and Janet Jackson moves. I'm talking about just straight, having a
at
good
the club,
time.
honey. Hell yeah.
Like a Jocelyn Brown, Nights Over Egypt.
Yes.
Like
how?
Like Touch and Go, all of the deep house, songs from back in the day, all the divas, all these with the Diana Ross, Donna Summers. I want to go back to that era and bring like that disco and the old deep house that they put to the dance beats, and just turn it into 2010. Now that's something that I really want to do, but it's going to be with funk and soul.
I knew you were going to get into that because of track number 16. Go, honey. I said, okay.
Go is the jam.
Okay.
Exactly where we're going, honey.
Baby, because I told you when I heard that, I said, Miss Thing, I'm waiting on the club remix on this one right there. And I said, okay, now.
Go is like just a baby step. That's just a piece. It's going to be so different. And that's why I'm getting rid of the chapters. I'm going to reinvent my entire. In Italy, that's what I'm doing here right now. I'm training because I'm getting ready to change my body, my hair, everything. Everything's gonna. I'm not even look like myself. I'm just gonna do something totally different for my fans.
Oh, I done got so giddy, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's gonna be too fun. I'm excited.
Oh, I done got so giddy, it's crazy.
Woo! The kids, honey, the children, forget it.
Girl, you're going to make me kick this leg up again. I haven't gone kicking and splitting in years. Okay?
I'm going to be next year, and the album is going to be finished. So we're going to be jamming. Nah, you tell me what you want, so I'm going to be jamming.
I am living. I'm so living, it's crazy. Oh, my God. All right. Well, you heard it here first, children. So we got a lot to look forward to for 2010 and for what's to come. Chapter 4, Labor Pains, honey, is available everywhere. Girl, give us where folks can contact you, all of your MySpaces, your Facebooks, your Twitters. Give us all of that.
Everything is just Syleena Johnson. Syleena Johnson, the official fan site on Facebook is Syleena Johnson official fan page. There's also a Syleena Johnson personal page, but it's too full because we had a personal page and we didn't know, so that's why we switched to two. We made another one for a fan page so we can have more friends. Then there's always MySpace, www.myspace.com/Syleena Johnson, and then there's Twitter is The Real Syleena J.
Okay, The Real Syleena J, honey.
Hey, baby.
All
honey.
right. Now, how is motherhood doing you, honey? Because when we left Soul Kittens, and when we first started emailing and Yahoo Instant Messaging and things, and you said, honey, don't tell nobody, but a girl is pregnant, I was like, all right, Miss Mama.
Lord have mercy.
Okay, don't tell nobody, honey, but a girl is pregnant. I said, get out of here.
But
I wasn't mad at you, honey.
I didn't plan it because, remember I was planning for the wedding. I was trying to
I know.
I wasn't trying to be fat at all. But I jinxed myself, I guess, because I thought I was pregnant when I got there, but I wasn't, and then went and got pregnant for real. And
girl, doesn't cook
out.
I'm sure. Oh, no, you know what? Wait a minute. You still got your own your Ustream show, right?
Oh my goodness, how could I forget? Oh my God, Demetrius, thank you for reminding me of that. My Ustream is too fun. Last week, honey, we went through all the old school songs, like how music used to be. It was so fun, Demetrius.
I got to catch it in the archives. I'm catching it in the archives.
Oh, my goodness. To Sherelle and Alexander O'Neal. And what like, I'm not talking about like, Aretha Franklin, days like that.
Right.
I'm talking about the 80s. You know what I'm saying? The 80s.
Yes.
And the 90s, where music was so good. And we were just going, and I was singing every little song. It was too fun. It was so much fun, Demetrius, I got to tell you. And that's
I'm going to catch it in the archives. Now, when did you air so folks will know?
It's
Ustream.com.
Ustream.com/Syleena Johnson. And it is every Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Time. So that's 6 Eastern Time.
Right.
6 p.m. Eastern every Sunday and 5 p.m. Central Time. And I stay on there depending on how much fun we having. And every week, viewers, honey, I be on there, and mind you, it's midnight when I go on over here.
Right.
And we just stay on there and just
living,
the most fun.
living. Okay. Let's see what I do love because what's the girlfriend's name? Is it Rita? The girl that's with you all the time.
Is it Robin?
Robin, that's it. I knew it was an R. Anyway, what I live for, honey, because I know you love you some Riesling. You get your glass of wine, Miss Thing, honey. Y'all will carry on, and I live for it because it's so much fun.
Yeah, and I
it is so much fun.
It is too much fun. I posted on my Facebook too. Whenever I'm getting ready to air, just in case, and it's on I do it on my Twitter too. So yeah, you guys have got to come. It's so much fun. It is a good time. All
right. Well, I'm going to make sure that I help to advertise that here with on my Facebook as well, and then I have Dishing Tea has a fan page on Facebook too. So I'll put it out there so that folks can know what's going on. Because like I say, honey, ever since we've met and worked on Soul Kitten, honey, I've been calling you my sister.
Oh,
wait a minute.
You are my brother.
Okay, let me ask you this, because I have a friend in New York, his name is Paris, who works with, he does gospel house music, honey, he's fabulous. And he and I were matching up people who we thought we ought to duet. And we both said this at the same time, that you and Allison Williams need to do something together, because you two vocally, y'all are similar in vocals. But the sound, I would love to hear what you two would sound like, even if it's just, it ain't even got to go on nothing to be released. Y'all could just sit up there and do something, just, a jam session or something, just so that we can have that.
Oh, man.
That would be just the Gaga.
I'm trying to figure out, that name is so familiar. And
my love is so wrong. My love is so wrong. Got to be
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yes. Or Just Call My Name. Woo.
Okay.
And I'll come running. Yes. Oh, my God. We said that at the same time. I was like, oh, my God, that would be sickening.
Do you know who is the bomb right now that I'm just now getting up on, but has apparently been the bomb for a long time?
Who?
Lettucey.
Girl.
Honey.
Let me tell you something.
I tell you, she is a beast.
That hooker there, I call her I call her Fantasia's older sister because for me, they're in that same range. Ledisi is jazzy and she's more controlled. And oh yeah, she has much more control over her vocals. But she for me, she's like Fantasia's older sister. But I'm telling you, I did not realize how close Ledisi studied Patti LaBelle until I saw Ledisi and Patti on stage together on YouTube. Doing, I think it was Love Need. Oh my God, they was at the Essence Music Festival a couple years ago, and Patti brought her out on stage and said, "Y'all got to hear this girl sing." And Patti just gave her the mic, and that heifer there, oh my God, it was just Patti incarnate.
I'm telling you.
Okay, but Ledisi ain't no joke. And then when she gets with Rashawn Patterson, them bitches there, girl, you don't want him.
Rashawn ain't no joke. Rashawn ain't never.
You don't want him. Listen at him.
Yeah, well, you gotta go. But yeah, honey,
I am so thrilled for you, my darling.
Thank you.
I'm so thrilled for you, and I thank you so much for coming onto the show and for making me international now, girl, because you're calling from Italy, and Dishing Tea has just gone into fucking national, honey, so you know I'm living over here. Okay. I'm living. And so for that, my darling, I just want to thank you so much. I don't want to hold you up because you got things to do, and I want you to enjoy the rest of your time there and then to get us ready for the next wave of Miss S.J., honey, the R&B's best-kept secret. I'm floating right now. I'm sitting down, and I feel like I'm on a magic carpet ride because I'm floating. Because everybody who knows me knows, honey, I talk about you. I got you, you know, on all of my profiles or whatever, where they say your favorite artist outside of my old school girls, and then they say, okay, and I'll put your name, Syleena and India, and yes, your name was always listed in all of my profiles because I truly, truly, truly adore you. I adore your work. Girl, you can come out there and sing Boom Shakalaka, and I'm buying it because that's just me.
Thank you, Demetrius. And you have to tune into the Ustreams because I sing on there all the time. And you guys have got to vote for me. I forgot to tell you, I've been nominated for Best Female Vocalist for the 2009 Soul Tracks Awards.
Really?
Yes, and it's like 5 of us. I think Olita Adams is on there.
Oh my!
And I can't remember. It's I think Leela James. Leela James is on there.
Oh wow!
And it's down to like the last 5 of us or whatever, and they're gonna vote, and then I guess they're gonna have like a real award ceremony and everything. So you guys have got to vote for me. I'm nominated for Best Female Vocalist.
And where do we go to vote?
www.soultracks.com, and then I guess that you investigate where to go from there. I don't have the link in front of me.
That's right, soultracks.com, honey. I get it. Okay.
I'll forward it to you. And then
all
you
right.
can forward it on to everyone. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Oh, my darling, thank you so much for doing this. And let Syleena know that I got to get in touch with her because
yes, her book
it's
is
a possibility. We're looking at bringing you to Detroit for something, and I'll send you the email on that. Peter's doing something in June, and hopefully we can get you to come on out and be a part, either in spirit or in person, one of the two. We'll talk about that later.
And also, too, my sister is releasing her first book, and it's called Rhythm Without Blues. It's called Rhythm Without Blues, The Dichotomy of a Music Genre. It is off the hook. It talks about all the dirt that goes on behind the scenes. It is off the chain. She's got all these interviews from all these stars. It's really good. It's
okay.
Dr. Syleena Johnson.
This November?
This November, honey. It's coming.
Okay.
And my sister are working on a book called 3 Shades of Black that talks about all the trials and tribulations that we went through and how we overcame them.
Oh, dig that. Now, you know what? The last question, and then I'm going to let you go. I know you did the duet with your father here. Are you and your on chapter 4? Are you and your father looking at doing something again in the future?
No, those weren't. I actually didn't do it. Actually didn't do it.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
yeah. And I remade "Is It Because I'm Black." That was his.
Is it because that I told you that's such a that song there. At the time that he did that song, it had one meaning. And now in this day and age, with the black president and the way this, it has a whole nother meaning now. And I said, oh, Miss Thing, oh, how perfect is this song for now? You know.
That was my dad's song. Yep, I just remade it. It's an awesome song.
I would love oh, God.
I don't know if we're going to do anything. I don't know. My dad is like all over the place all the time. He's always touring, and he's like 70-something. He still be touring, so it's okay. Because he's all over the place, child. He be kicking it. So I don't know. You know, my father, he's not into real like singing. He's a performer. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He used to blow back in the day, but he's.
I know. I know, because I done started collecting his stuff all over again. My parents used to have his stuff when I was a kid, but now I'm re-getting his stuff because I was like, oh my God, it was some stuff up on YouTube. I thought, listen to that seal, you know. I told you, I'm a swinger, honey. That's the time I had to listen to it on YouTube. I knock his back out.
He is a fool. He was a singing fool. He really was. But we can't even get, child, we'll be on here forever talking.
Right. Okay. Well, all right, my darling. I want to thank you so much for just giving me a part of your day and for letting the audience here just get into your world just for a little bit. And I'm so overjoyed right now, and I just thank all that God has for the both of us. And I'm so looking forward to everything that's coming, sister. I got to get my poster. I missed you when you were here in Atlanta doing on the promotional tour because I wanted one of them posters.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I wanted a poster, and they wouldn't let me get off work. I said,
I'll try and send you one when I get home. I'll get home in December, and I'll see if I got
something. Oh, all right, honey. You better make Italy your second home. Go on, Tina Turner.
It is, child. It wears me out, too, but it's, hey, we got to do what we got to do.
I heard that. And then it's good for your son. He gets to grow up in different cultures and understand the world. Okay. And see, again, I just want to be me, honey. That's the song. How can I teach my son, honey, how to be a leader when I'm always following?
I'm always following.
Girl, okay. Now, you know I love you. See, I told you, I got lyrics, honey. You see, I told you. I love you.
Thank you, Demetrius. I'm so glad that you noticed. That means other people do too. That's just gonna keep.
See there. Okay, but thank you, my love. I would definitely keep in touch with you. I know that I got to hang up because my fans will be calling and wanting to make sure that I said this and say that and oh, did she and oh, yeah. So
let me know how the feedback goes. I'd love to.
Oh, trust me, I will definitely keep you in the loop, my sister.
And hello, everybody out there. I didn't get to say hi to everybody. And have a great 2010 is going to be the year to win. 2010 is the win. So everybody.
Okay, it's okay.
Honey. And I just want to thank all my fans and everybody that has supported me for this long. Thank you so much. And I still need y'all to hang in there with me because we only just begun.
Okay, there it is. All right, my darling. Thank you so much. You have a great and fantastic. Give your husband my love to him. I said now he better do right because I got shoes that I like to fling. Okay. Okay.
I will tell that as soon as I get off the phone.
All right.
Okay, Demetrius. I will talk to you
All right.
later.
Thank you, baby. Okay, my darling.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, honey, that there is R&B's best kept secret. That was Miss Syleena Johnson, my sister. Oh, I am so elated right now, and I feel very orgasmic. Yes, I do. I just feel like, yeah, this is the time. This is it. And thank you, infinite presence, for allowing that to happen for me here and now and in this time space. And I'm rambling because I'm happy. So with that, my darlings, I want to thank you for your interest in dishing tea. Next week, I won't be here on the air. As I told you guys last week, I have to do what I need to do to keep the roof over my head, to keep the lights on, to keep the cable on so that I can stay on the air. I have a training and stuff to do at my place of employment when I'm not on the air. So next week we won't have a show. However, the following week, November 4th, I want you to tune in with your questions because our gospel sensation Tone will be here to tell us the naked truth on him and his whole upset with the gospel world, him coming out, what does this mean, his music, and his legacy, and all of that. We're going to talk right here, and he's going to be dishing tea with me. So until November 4th, my darlings, make sure you tell a friend to tune in. If you didn't like it, tell an enemy to tune in, and we will all get it done because either way, one way or another, it's going to move forward regardless. So with that said, darling, I thank you so much for your time and your consideration, and I will see you on the next time we are dishing tea. Thank you. Bye-bye.